Good morning and welcome back to the Share Series Monday Management Update. I'm Dan Aldridge, founder and CEO of the Share Series, and I have the pleasure this morning of talking with H, the CEO from SMX. So H, I'll turn it over to you. How are you doing this morning? Thank you for coming on to the platform.
Good morning, I'm fine. I'm here from lovely Singapore. Here it is night. Singapore is our global international headquarters. Activity on natural rubber and other interesting things we will talk about. Obviously, core of operations is US, and thank you very much for this opportunity.
So I think the best way to probably start is to get an overview of SMX, and I think we have a video that we're going to show. So if we can cue that up.
SMX's solution to the sustainable equilibrium economy for the fashion and textile industry using IoT2 digital twin blockchain. What if there was a way of reusing each fiber and material of the garment? The fibers of fabrics come from various natural or synthetic sources. Using SMX technology, companies will be able to invisibly mark, trace, and store data on the actual raw materials, fibers, at a molecular level from the original source across the entire life cycle. Security Matters technology enables a drop-in, unique, and invisible solution for marking natural and synthetic fibers. Which is inscribed to SMX's blockchain platform to create a trusted bridge between physical and digital world. From fiber to yarn to fabric. SMX Equilibrium Economy enables to manage the balance between virgin material and used or recycled material, creating a sustainable supply chain management and reducing dramatically the carbon footprint. Garments can be recycled back to raw materials to be used in other industries. From fiber to fabric, SMX technology provides supply chain transparency, brand liability, and re-entering the economy for reuse and recycling. Improve recycling rate by efficient sorting process of marked blended fabrics with accurate raw materials identification and composition. Security Matters breakthrough technology is the global standard and best practice for recording and connecting all physical goods with its digital twin on blockchain for fashion brands.
So thanks for sharing the video. Fascinating overview of the company. H, it'd be great if you could tell us a little bit more about SMX and how you enable the shift to a circular economy.
What you have seen here is something that only SMX can do. What you have seen is how we combine ethical sourcing, supply chain transparency, brand efficacy, and enhancing the amount of use of recycled content. How do we do it? What you saw is a rare earth that was marked in a mine in Africa. The raw material was then shipped to Europe, marked, produced by one of the biggest European automotive brand European car manufacturers as a car part, then scrapped, made into a powder, marked again, and reproduced as a car part. That means that with one technology, the key challenges of brands like car manufacturers around the world of ethical sourcing, supply chain transparency, and recycling and reusing their own parts is all of it can be achieved with one technology.
So let's talk a little bit about the technology, and in particular, the supply chain, the visibility that you provide, right, throughout that cycle. Can you tell us a little bit more about the actual compound itself that's injected and introduced into the raw materials that you use to track throughout the life cycle?
Yes, supply chains in this era have big challenges, and all global brands have to deal with it. On one hand, maritime prices are going up. Cost of shipping goods is going up. Cost of insurance is going up. Time to market to client is going up. Global tension is going up. Regulation going up. Demand for transparency going up. So in this complex environment, how do we create a system that creates efficiency and enables global international brands with multi-location of production and with clients all over the world to prosper? The answer is we remove the two weakest factors, human and paper auditing. By using our molecular sequence, marking, tracking at any point, and logging the data on a blockchain, what you create is a language between all stakeholders, and this language enables efficiency, speed, transparency. And by that, supply chains become not a problem, but an asset of winning more customers.
So let's drill down a little bit on the legal and regulatory requirements, that the technology is really going to help companies, comply with. Can you give us a couple examples there?
Happy to. Let's take cotton as an example. How do we combine client demand and regulation demand with one technology? So we mark the seed, we mark the plant, we mark then the fabric and the yarn. So what you can get is the ability to know where your cotton came from. Is it organic or regular? You know the quality of the cotton, and when it becomes a t-shirt, you can know not through a sticker and not through a label, through the material itself, the origin and the true amount of recycled cotton or organic cotton inside your t-shirt, and everything in a click of a button. The way we do it is what we called by giving materials memory. We give materials memory by adding a molecular sequence that is obviously different from gold and silver and cobalt to cotton and wine and leather. This invisible molecular sequence can be embedded as a drop-in solution, easy, seamless, at any point of production, at any point of processing, and reported on the blockchain, so we create visibility, transparency with one technology.
Fascinating. So let's go into some more specifics around industry. So you mentioned gold. And so let's drill down a little bit. How does technology apply to the gold industry? What are some of the benefits there?
The gold industry is in a huge change. People, banks, clients, consumer, jewelers, electronic companies all want to know the source of the gold. We are the only technology in the world that marks gold at any point of sourcing, mining, and manufacturing, including recycled gold. And by marking and tracking at any stage and logging the data to the blockchain, the data can be shared among the relevant stakeholders, and by that we enable transparency, and this transparency pushes growth because more people are now feeling the trust of buying gold from an ethical source and the trust of buying gold that they can know for sure is recycled and not newly mined.
Perfect. So showing the diversity and kind of the breadth, different industries that you can impact. Let's talk about a completely different industry, right? Which is fashion. And so talk about the implications there. Obviously the fashion industry, produces a lot of garments. A lot of them don't recycle. And so this technology will really help aid in that. And so talk a little bit about what you're doing with the fashion industry.
Fashion is about values. The values drive color, design, and all the rest of the features. This we can enable by adding a layer that brings to the fashion industry the ability to repurpose materials, become more conscious and more sustainable, but more important, knowing the source of the materials and knowing the ownership of the materials enables to repurpose and reuse them again and again and again. This kind of visibility in the supply chain enables also something which is key, which is the ability to change the subcontractors and the design in a very fast and efficient way during the season. So we enable rapid deployment between new designs and new contractors by maintaining the brand's ability to control the flow of quality, data, and meeting client demands. So in one technology, you get the visibility, the efficacy, and the ability to be more sustainable.
So let's talk a little bit about any new customer acquisitions. Are there any early wins, for the company that you can talk about today?
For sure. So we have a wonderful American partner out of Idaho called Sunshine Minting. We are in the process of opening together an operation regarding the trace of origin and quality and upstream product in the silver industry, which is relevant both for banking and also for the jewelry industry. And we are very proud with this partnership. Another strategic alliance that we have is with the great Japanese giant Sumitomo. We mark and track together materials mainly aimed for the air and space and for the automotive industry, like exactly you saw at the clip at the beginning. So this is something we're doing with the Japanese giant Sumitomo worldwide.
Very interesting. So we're going to switch gears to more recent events. And so you guys had a couple press releases that were come out. One particular was for the reverse stock split. So I'd love to get a little bit more information on the reasons behind that and some of the strategies.
We have an amazing long-term shareholder base out of many places around the world, and obviously also the US. What we have created with this move is the ability to maintain trading by both retail and institution in a much more profitable and safer way. And this is why we went to this move. It's about repurposing the ability to trade in a more profitable way our stock and providing more safety and security to our long-term shareholders.
Okay. So fascinating conversation. You mentioned the long-term value creation, and would love to get some more information from you on what investors should look for right in the future for signs of progress from SMX. Obviously we'd love to have you back on, in the future, in the next 3 to 6 months to follow the progress, because I think it's a fascinating company. But just as an individual investor, what should people look for signs of progress?
We are now at the stage of rolling out, deploying our technology in various sectors, such as gold, silver, fashion and luxury, plastics. So our shareholders and future investors should see the rollout and deployment, which means more client and growth.
Excellent. So definitely look forward to having you on in the future to hear more about the company. I'll turn it back over to you for last words, but wanted to thank everybody for participating today. Up next, we have Caliber at 1 p.m. And with that, I'll turn it back over to H for final comments and to close us out.
I think the best will be just our famous logo, don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you.